Viveka means distinguishing between the permanent and the impermanent. It also means distinguishing between permanent and transient joy. So what is permanent and what is not permanent? Everything that changes is not permanent. The earth changes, the body changes, the thoughts change. Basically, the whole universe and everything in it is changing. Everything that has a beginning also has an end and is therefore not permanent. Lasting joy can only be found in the lasting. Suppose you drink a cup of cocoa, the first and second cup tastes good, but by the fifth cup, the cocoa that was a source of joy becomes a source of sorrow. Or you want to sunbathe, the first hour is comfortable, but after 5 hours the sun burns your skin. So it is with all fleeting pleasures. These forms of joy are short-lived and mixed with suffering and are therefore not a permanent source of happiness. So what is permanent? Only the self, also called Atma in yoga, is permanent. The self is the same at all times, past, present and future, and is the only permanent source of bliss. In order to experience the overwhelming bliss of the self, it is necessary to undergo spiritual purification. To give an example, if we stand in front of a dirty mirror, we cannot see the body, the mirror needs to be cleaned first. Likewise with the self, we cannot perceive the self because the defilements of the mind cover the self. Once these defilements are removed through spiritual practice, we can reflect clearly on the self again. We are the self every second, we have only seemingly forgotten it. Viveka helps us to realize the self. By constantly distinguishing between the permanent and the non-permanent, it will be easier for us to realize the permanent and detach ourselves from the impermanent.